Today we're talking about the drones that are flying over New Jersey. Let's get right into it, guys. So this is what you've been seeing all over, right? We see it all over the news. We see it all over New Jersey. We're seeing it pop up in other states, but a majority of the sightings are here in New Jersey and New York in the tri-state area. Okay, what is this? Very simple. This is a drone, all right? This is a drone you could buy in the store. I'm going to show you something, guys, because this is getting crazy. When you turn these drones on, you hear that? One of the things you're going to notice is in all these videos, they all have this type of light on them, or multiple lights. These are GPS lights, right? So you can control the drone when you're flying it with a remote control. Well, one thing that I noticed online that most people are not mentioning is that if it was a military drone, if this was a military operation, right, these drones would not light up. You wouldn't see this light. They cover them up. So they're stealth. They're black. You can't tell it's above you, right? They don't really make noise. All the ones you're seeing right now across New Jersey that we've been watching every single night, they all have these lights. So who's behind this is the question, right? Why is this happening? For you guys out there that don't know, I live in New Jersey. I live in the tri-state area. I've been here my entire life, right? I do a lot of driving for real estate across the state. I've been personally noticing the drones. My honest opinion is these drones that are being flown around, which they're all different sizes, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Some are a little smaller, some are big. In my opinion, what I honestly think is it's a false flag narrative. The government knows where these drones are coming from. They know who's behind operating them. And for them to say this is not a threat, well, in my opinion, it's kind of contradicting what they're saying. We know they're not Iranian. We know they're not a threat, but we don't know where they're coming from. No shit, you know where they're coming from. They have to, right? This is like the most restricted airspace in the country, one of them, because we're right next to Manhattan. I'm what, 25 minutes from Manhattan, basically, in Newark Airport, not even. How can you sit there and tell us, the American people, that you don't know where these drones are coming from? Makes no sense. I personally think these drones, this is being done on purpose, because if you start looking back and you kind of put a couple pieces together, especially with Trump winning, how much time he has left until he takes office, it seems like, in my opinion, I'm just speculating, it seems like it's being done on purpose. It really seems like it. Like, guys, come on. These freaking drones, okay, are flying everywhere. And these drones, by the way, let me just explain this real quick, because I do fly drones a lot. The drones that you could buy in the store, on Amazon, online, they all have batteries, right? These batteries do not last that long, okay? A good, solid drone, you can get 45 to 50 minutes out of the battery. Then you have to swap it, right? You have to change you have to land it and change the battery. Well, let me ask you a question, or start asking this question. These drones that are flying, they're flying for hours. Hours. So what does that tell you? They're not commercial grade, which you could buy in the store, right? You can't go into DJI and buy one that's going to fly for hours. It doesn't exist to the public. Someone's behind this, right? Whether it's to stage a false flag of invasions of UFOs, if you believe that. Is it a way to funnel money from Congress into the military so we can spend more money on, technology to track these things in the airspace and in space? Could it be that stuff? Maybe, maybe not. But these freaking drones, okay, these drones are not being flown by you and me for hours on end all over New Jersey. It's being flown by someone. I'm not trying to get down that rabbit hole, guys. Like I said, I've been watching some videos lately. There's a lot of guys out there on YouTube. They're putting a lot of content out about these drones, and I get it. And a lot of them don't live here. So frankly, they don't understand the landscape of New Jersey and New York, the proximity, right? What's around us, because we do have military bases here, guys. Some of these articles coming out, that some of these drones are actually flying over military bases that we have here in New Jersey, because we do have an arsenal as well, right? We're on the coast. We got to protect the United States, right? We're next to New York City. These drones are literally flying everywhere. I see them as I'm going to the supermarket, to the store, right? As I'm driving around at night. They're usually popping up, which is really, really odd. Check this out. These drones, they don't fly during the day. Why is that? They don't fly during the day. Have you seen a video lately of them flying, 50 of them flying together during the day? No, they fly at night. Typically around sunset, 4 or 5 in the afternoon here in New Jersey. You'll see a lot more around 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and so forth. Because you can't spot them at night. You can't really make out what they are. You can see the blinking light, right? You can see that there's a light to it. There's a GPS signal that's hitting it and controlling it. But you never see them flying during the day. Why is that? That's my question. Why is that? Maybe they don't want us to see them. Maybe they're trying to scare us, panic us, right? Who knows? Whatever it is. I know some of you guys are out there like myself. We kind of go down that rabbit hole of conspiracy theories and stuff like that. But looking at it from a logic perspective, these drones can only fly a little bit of time. And they can only go so far. They can only go so far, guys. Someone's behind this. This is a lot of drones coming in. Did you guys see that video of the guy that caught one of the drones in the backyard spraying something? In my opinion, when I looked at it, it's hard to tell. It kind of seems like it's more like a light beam that's shooting down. But yes, there are drones out there that are used for agricultural purposes that do spray, right? I'm not saying they're spraying something, but that could be a possibility. But the other question I have is, these freaking drones, right? They're sophisticated nowadays, right? They can literally fly over your house. They could use infrared to see inside, especially heat, right? Where people are. They can do basically mapping and gridding a property, right? You can use it for that. There's so many different things you could do with these drones. You can put things on it to shoot things, right? And create fire. Something is going on out there, guys. Something. This makes absolutely no sense. And why is it happening now? Right before the holidays. Why weren't we seeing all these drones in the summertime? Why is it right after we know who our president's going to be, right? Why is that? Why are they flying over, especially in Bedminster? That's here in New Jersey. For those of you guys don't know, Trump has a golf course here. He spends a lot of time here in New Jersey, and that's where he spends a lot of his time. Why are they flying over there? Are they mapping out his golf course? Like, what is really going on? Start asking these questions. Look at this freaking drone. Look, they blink. When I was outside the other day, I was with my wife. We live near a big mountain that you can oversee basically all of Manhattan, right? And I came up with an idea. I said, hey, listen, we should go up there and watch them and video them, right? To see, you know, as they fly through, they're basically flying this way, west, towards west, and then from basically west to east, to south, but headed towards Newark Airport, Teterboro Airport, in that direction. Why not go on the mountain and try to shoot one of these things down, right? Or, I mean, it'd be nice if you could find a gun that had a big net on it and capture one, but I mean, I can't find one of those guys. So if you guys kind of know where to find one, let me know in the comments. But in this, on this mountain, which basically oversees a majority of New Jersey, you could see these freaking things flying. Some of these things that are flying are massive, right? So I started looking online like, okay, big drones, a lot of the bigger ones that you can buy are more for agricultural, but it's hard to tell if that's really them because it's dark, right? You can't really make out what it is in the sense of it's a drone, clearly, right? But what kind of drone it is, right? Is it DJI? Is it a different brand, right? Where is it, you know, is it a China base? Is it one you could buy on Amazon? You don't know. We don't know, right? I'm telling you right now, guys. I'm just telling you straight up because I'm a realist here. For someone that lives here in New Jersey, drives around, I see it every single day, and I'm putting pieces together. Why the hell aren't we shooting these things down? Another thing I want to bring up, when you buy a drone like this, or any of these drones, especially DJI, you have to register these things. If it was a bunch of kids flying these things, the FBI would say, hey, we know who it is because they're registered, they're landing back here from GPS, we know where they're coming from, right? Well, my question is, if it's not a bunch of kids, it's not a bunch of people playing games and having a little hobby here, flying these things around the state, and they know where they're at or where they're coming from, if they know it's not that, then could it be that they're the ones doing it? Could it be our own government that's flying these things, right? Could be, possibly. Who's to say it's not, right? We have the technology. There's a lot of questions out there, guys. A lot of questions. What the hell is going on with these freaking drones? I know some of you reached out to me before on the comments on previous videos, especially because I live here in New Jersey. You guys kind of know where I live, but what my take is. But in my honest opinion, like I said, I want to sum this up here, is that these drones, okay, by the way, are fun to fly, okay? When you try to fly one of these drones by an airport or by a military base or restricted airspace, it's going to give you a notification that you can't fly there, or it's going to reroute you to an area where you can fly legally, right? Because you can get in massive trouble with these drones, especially where I live, because the airspace here is very restricted. There's a lot of planes coming in. We have 3 major airports. We have military bases, right? There's a lot of moving pieces in New Jersey. Guys, New Jersey is a very small state, okay? And a lot of the population is concentrated where I live, North Jersey, right? It's very hard just to put this up in the air and fly it, okay? What I personally think is going to happen moving forward with these drones is we're going to start to see more of these things flying around. It's going to be more of a normal thing of seeing them fly around the state and around certain things until some people decide to start shooting these down. When the public starts shooting these down and gets a hold of one of these things and starts to examine it, okay, and says, okay, this looks different, right? This has a whatever attached to it. It possibly is spraying something, or it's got a camera that's very sophisticated on it, right? It's gathering intel. It's spying. Once that happens, I think shit's going to hit the fan because people are going to put it out there. Have you guys noticed that some of the videos on Instagram that people have posted are actually getting taken down, or even on YouTube? Why is that? Why is that happening? Another thing I want to bring up, and this goes out to someone I know, but have you ever noticed that all the media companies and outlets all have the same narrative? They all have the same narrative. They all come out at the same time. They're using the same story. All of them. It's almost like scripted. Why is that? Excuse me. Why is that? Because they know. How can you tell me in 2024, going on to 2025, the White House, the U.S. military, right? Intelligence, the U.S. intelligence, right? How do we not know what the hell is flying in our airspace and where they're coming from and where they're landing, right? But they know what you're saying online. They know if you screw up your taxes, right? Like, they know everything, right? We can spy on people, right? How do you not know where these drones are coming from? It's crazy to me. It's definitely part of a big master plan. Something's happening with these drones. Like I said, guys, this is my take. I'm still going to kind of keep an eye out there as I'm moving around because I've noticed them more at night. And especially here in New Jersey, for the last couple of days, we've had clear skies at night, right? So you see everything. You see the satellites up there, you see planes, and you see the drones, right? Some of these drones are commercial in the sense of us civilians flying little drones, but you'll see them, they're much lower. They're not as high as far as altitude-wise, and they're typically coming back into someone's house or someone's backyard. But the other ones, hell no. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, if you have questions for me, I don't mind making videos, but for someone that lives here in New Jersey, that has a lot of questions, sees them, kind of understands how these things work, for someone that uses them, you guys have to start asking tough questions like, what is really going on out there? Because this makes absolutely no sense. Until then, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Stay safe. Good luck. Enjoy the holidays. Until then, peace.